Design thinking is about building to think instead of thinking to build. It's about building to think instead of thinking to build. And if you really internalize what that means, it's the opposite the way most of us are taught. We are taught to think. If you think things through enough, then you can go and build it. This is the opposite. Design thinking, to use David Kelly of Stanford's term, is about thinking with your hands. Thinking with your hands.
I thought this workshop was quite great and useful. And basically, it was not just theory, it was like practical. So it was quite useful for me. Now I understand the way design thinking is all about. The different activities, the first activity was the marshmallow challenge, which I found it quite amusing and quite interesting, because we were supposed to create a tall structure using just a spaghetti and to balance the marshmallow on top.
So I've heard about the design thinking methodology through my coursework at Cal State East Bay. I did a case study in IDEO, the company behind design thinking. So I knew a little bit about the process and what it was about before this workshop. However, I've never practiced design thinking, so I was expecting to learn more about the actual workings of how you go through the process. One of the major things that I took away from today's workshop was the process of actually bringing in the voice of the customer into the design process and methodology. So just going in and understanding what the customer needs and wants before you even begin designing what your product or service looks like is a very important takeaway. So if anybody was hesitant about coming to an all-day workshop about design thinking, I would have to question why they wouldn't want to further their education and learn something that will truly benefit them and get in jobs and their career in the long run. And I would recommend anybody and everybody take a design thinking workshop. Design thinking workshop consisted of incorporating the voice of the customer and empathy into actually designing real prototypes. We first started with designing a wallet that would meet all the different benefits and functions that our client, our customer, would want to see in a wallet. And then we went into further ideation and trying to solve a world problem. For instance, the project that I worked on was trying to incorporate a non-harmful, non-electrical light source for a home.
In this workshop, we learned how to communicate with the intention. We intend to design the ideal wallet for each other, and then this is our prototype, and then we talk to each other, we understand our needs, we dig deeper to see what they actually need and what their problem, and want to try to solve the problem with the wallet. So it was actually a really good process, progressive thinking, and yeah, it was really great fun to get to do crafting.
I think I'll get more engaged to other people's life, and in the future, if I will design something for my users, I'm gonna know more about my users and design what exactly they need and they want. So I think that this is the most important thing I learned today.